property of analytic function. The third one is the polar form of the CR equation, Cauchy-Riemann equation in polar coordinate. What we polar coordinate of Cauchy-Riemann equation. So for any analytic function, we define or we derived for given analytic function u plus iv, the Cauchy-Riemann equation, it is ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus vx. This is what the Cauchy-Riemann equation in case when the function is analytic. This Cauchy-Riemann equation we are having in terms of x and y. Now this type of the Cauchy-Riemann equation we can also derive for the polar coordinate system. We know that any point in the xy plane can be represented by two coordinate system. One, it is called Cartesian, it is x comma y. Another, it is called polar form, that is in which the coordinate will be taken as a r theta. So if the given function is in r theta form or in polar form, then what are the Cauchy-Riemann equations and how to check whether the function is analytic or not. So for that purpose, now we establish the polar form of Cauchy-Riemann equation. So what is the polar form? If f of z equal to u plus iv is an analytic function in domain D of the z plane, then polar form of Cauchy-Riemann equations are given by del u by del r equals to 1 upon r del v by del theta and del u by del theta equals to minus times r del v by del r. So this is CR equation in polar form. In Cartesian we are having in x and y we are having something like this: ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus vx when the function is given in terms of x and y. And when the function is given in polar form, here it is given generalized function. So if we transfer this given function into polar form, then in case of the function is differentiable or analytic, this CR equation you will get in the form of r and theta like these two. Or briefly you can remember in this way: ur equals to 1 upon r v theta and u theta equals to minus r vr, where the value of r is under root x square plus y square equals to modulus z. Theta is tan inverse y upon x, argument of z. So in case r and theta, this is the polar form. So how to prove this one? So let us see proof. प्रूव करना है हमें CR equation for polar form. So the given equation, it is f of z equal to x comma y I times v of x comma y. This is given analytic function. Analytic function. Analytic means differentiable. F dash z exists. Sorry. So now we convert this into polar form. So in polar coordinate r comma theta, if you convert this whole function into polar form, so the value of z equals to x plus iy, and in polar form it is r e raised to I theta, where r equal to under root x square plus y square, theta equal to tan inverse y upon x. And if you put here the value of z in polar form, then this u and v right now, which are the functions of x and y, now it convert into the function of r and theta. Means when you put x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, so x and y will be converted in terms of r and theta. So therefore, f r e raised to I theta equal to u r theta plus I v r theta. Call this is equation number 1. We convert into polar form. Now we differentiate equation 1. Differentiate equation 1 partially with respect to r, keeping theta constant. You can see the equation 1, it is the whole expression, it is in two variable r and theta. ये दो वेरिएबल में रिलेशन है आपका r थीटा में. सो वी डिफरेंशिएट बिकॉज द फंक्शन इज एनालिटिक. आपको दिया हुआ है कि फंक्शन कैसा है, एनालिटिक है. एनालिटिक मींस इसका डेरिवेटिव पॉसिबल है, यू कैन डिफरेंशिएट इट. सो डिफरेंशिएटिंग दिस one with respect to r, keeping theta constant. So what we are getting, the derivative of f, it is f dash r e raised to I theta. We are using the chain rule for partial derivative. So differentiation of f is f dash r e raised to I theta into, यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लीकेशन में क्या आएगा, सो इन द मल्टीप्लीकेशन द डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ दिस टर्म अंडरलाइन with respect to r, keeping theta constant. तो क्या होगा, r का 1 e raised to I theta constant using the chain rule of partial derivative. Differentiation of u with respect to r, partial derivative. So it is del u by del r plus I del v by del r. Let us call equation number 2. Now we differentiate equation 1 with respect to theta. So again, differentiate 1 partially with respect to theta, keeping r constant. Keeping r constant. तो क्या मिलेगा, जहां पे विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू आर हुआ है उसका विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू सिर्फ थीटा करना है. सो एफ का डिफरेंट डेरिवेटिव होगा एफ डैश आर ई रेस टू आई थीटा. नाउ for this underlying term with respect to theta, keeping r constant. So r constant e raised to I theta, differentiation e raised to I theta into with respect to theta कर रहे हैं, तो theta का coefficient I, it is in multiplication, equal to del u by del theta plus I del v by del theta. This is equation number 3. You remember, the process is very simple. How we proceed to derive the Cauchy-Riemann equation in polar form? So first of all, the given function is analytic. Then we transfer z into polar form. So this u and v, which are functions of x and y, now it becomes the function of r and theta. We put the value in the given equation. Now the given equation convert into an expression of two variable r and theta. So first we differentiate equation 1 partially with respect to r, keeping theta constant. So we are getting derivative of f, that is f dash, in equation 2. Second, we again differentiate partially the same equation with respect to theta, keeping r constant. So we will get another derivative f dash in terms of partial derivative with respect to theta. After this, now the function is analytic, means derivative exists. So what we proceed, we put the value of f dash e raised to I theta from equation 2 into equation 3. मीन्स 2 में से वैल्यू 3 में पुट करेंगे तो 2 में से कौन सी वैल्यू मिलेगी हमको, वी आर गेटिंग एफ डैश इनटू ई रेस टू आई थीटा. दिस प्रोडक्ट एफ डैश इनटू ई रेस टू आई थीटा कितना होगा, डेल यू बाय डेल आर प्लस आई टाइम्स डेल वी बाय del r. So we put it in this equation. So what happened? Substitute value of 2 in 3. We get क्या मिलेगा, देखो, in this side we are having the value of f dash into e raised to I theta. So f dash into e raised to I theta, that value will be ur plus ivr. So remaining r into I is there. So what we are getting, r I into del u by del r plus I del v by del r equals to del u by del theta plus I del v by del theta. Therefore, open this bracket. So Ri del u by del r, I square हो जाएगा -1, so minus r del v by del r equals to del u by del theta plus I del v by del theta. So I'm getting this expression. Now just we equate both the sides. Real coefficient of by del r. Here, this is real part. And imaginary part, coefficient of I. Okay. So equating real and imaginary part, real and imaginary parts of both the sides. So what is the real part? Minus r del v by del r equal to del u by del theta and r del u by del r equal to del v by del theta. So we'll get the equation, that is from this second equation you can find the del u by del r. So del u by del r क्या आएगा 1/r del v by del theta, and from second equation del u by del theta equal to minus r del v by del r, or you can simply remember for conveniency u r equals to 1/r v theta and u theta equal to minus r vr. So these are the CR equations. So in case when the problem is given in polar form, you have to use this CR equation to check whether the function is differentiable or not. 39 number, Subham. 39 number, Subham. Subham.
हाँ सर
बेटा तू केम जतो रहे છે આવીને તરત
સર નેટવર્ક પ્રોબ્લેમ છે જાતે
તું પ્રોબ્લેમ જુઠ્ઠું નહીં બોલવાનું હું તને કેટલા દિવસથી ઓબ્ઝર્વ કરું છું તાર નહીં ભણવો તો મને કશો વાંધો નથી એવરી ટાઈમ દરેક લેક્ચરના અંદર મારે તને છેલ્લે રિમૂવ કરવો પડતું હોતો જ નથી નેટવર્ક પ્રોબ્લેમમાં તઈ તારું દેખાય નહીં ને મને અવાજ આવે છે મારા દીકરા
હા સર
હા કેમેરો ચાલુ કરજો 39 નંબર કેમેરો કર બેટા
શું
કેમેરો ઓન કર વિડિયો ચાલુ કર हेलो, અવાજ આવે છે મારો? શુભમ,
हेलो
હા અવાજ આવે છે બેટા?
हेलो सर
હા
कपाई
અવાજ આવે? હા અવાજ નથી આવતો દીકરા?
हेलो
હા
हाँ सर हेलो
અવાજ આવે છે? અવાજ આવે છે? Everybody got my audio?
Yes, sir.
यस सर
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay, no problem. So, this is polar equation in CR equation in polar coordinate. So, this is quite useful to solve the problem when the function is given in polar form. We'll see when we'll discuss the problem. Okay. Now, next we define complex potential function. This is one more definition. What is complex potential function? Basically, this is the application of analytic function in the flow problem. I told you, I think a couple of days back, that the harmonic functions play a role in the flow problem. So this is one kind of the counter application of the analytic function. We are not going in the detail, but just we define the term complex potential function. So what is complex potential function? For two-dimensional steady flow problem, that flow is maybe liquid, gas, magnetic fluid, electrostatic field, etc. If phi xy and psi xy are denote the velocity components along the coordinate axis, then the complete flow pattern is defined by the complex function W equal to, there is will be F. W equal to F of Z equal to phi plus I psi. So concept is very simple. It is perhaps the terminology is used. What you want to say that if you have any two-dimensional flow, flow must be steady conduction. Steady conduction means independent, time independent. So right now we are not going in the technical terminology of this term, but for any two-dimensional flow, if flow is any fluid flow, that is liquid flow, liquid, gas, magnetic, electrostatic, whatever flow is there, once it is flowing in two dimension, so let us refer in two dimension, let us call horizontal as a x-axis and vertical as a y-axis. Now once the flow take place, then every particle has its velocity. Is it or not? Because without velocity, there is no flow at all. So if the velocity component along x-axis, if it is say phi, and the velocity component along y-axis, it is say psi, then the complete velocity of the flow, it is given by velocity v equal to phi I plus psi j. I am writing in vector notation. Remember, आपने पढ़ा है कि velocity is a vector quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity or not? Yes.
Yes, sir.
And once it is a vector, so if it is in two dimension, then vector has two components. If v is the vector, then v1i plus v2j. For 3 dimension it is v3k. ऐसा आपने पढ़ा है वेक्टर कैलकुलस में, सोलेनोइडल फील्ड, irrotational field, etc. So right now we are considering only 2 dimension. So this is no third component. For example, सर 2 dimension flow कैसे होता है? तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मान लीजिए आपके पास कोई रेक्टेंगुलर प्लेट दी हुई है, थिन रेक्टेंगुलर प्लेट, इसके अंदर आप इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पसार करोगे तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कैसे फ्लो होगी? प्लेट के ऊपर जाएगी, प्लेट के अंदर जाएगी. सो द प्लेट इज 2 dimension. So electricity or electron is flowing in only 2 dimension, 2 direction. There is no z component. Are you getting? So for 2 dimension, phi and psi are the velocity component along x and y axis. So the whole velocity it is given by v equal to phi I plus psi j. Now this is vector quantity. So you can also write this vector into the coordinate form, phi comma psi. And in complex terminology, the same coordinate will be the complex number phi plus I psi. This I is different. This I is a unit vector along x-axis. This j is the unit vector along y-axis. And here whatever we are using this I, this is the square root of -1. So the terminology is different. So what is written here? The flow pattern means it is velocity defined by the function w equal to f of z equal to phi plus I psi. And this function is known as complex potential function, and it is always analytic in a given domain. Analytic means differentiable. जो भी velocity होगी, it is always differentiable. Is it or not? Because the derivative of velocity is a acceleration. So in simple word, for any 2-dimensional flow, if phi and psi are components along x-axis and y-axis, then the complex function w equal to f of z or phi plus I psi, it is called complex potential function. And in this particular case, phi is known as potential function and psi is known as stream function. So in complex potential function, real part is called potential function, imaginary part it is called stream function. ठीक है? क्या पे लिखा है यहाँ पे कि the function is always analytic. तो अगर ये फंक्शन आपका w इक्वल टू phi प्लस I psi एनालिटिक होता है तो CR इक्वेशन से आपको क्या मिलेगा? phi x इक्वल टू psi y एंड phi y इक्वल टू माइनस psi x. ऐसा होगा कि नहीं होगा? यूजिंग द CR इक्वेशन you compare with u plus IV. So how the problem has been asked? If you know for any 2-dimensional flow, if you know the complex potential function, or for given complex potential function, if potential function is given only, मतलब आपको x component दिया है, you can also find stream function by using this CR equation. How to find that we'll see laterly. Okay? और अगर आपको stream function दिया है, मतलब वेलोसिटी का y कंपोनेंट दिया है, तो आप x कंपोनेंट भी निकाल सकते हो. दिस इज द एडवांटेज ऑफ दिस एनालिटिक फंक्शन. सो कोई भी फ्लो प्रॉब्लम में अगर आपको एक डायरेक्शन में वेलोसिटी दिया हुआ है, यू कैन फाइंड द वेलोसिटी अलोंग द अनदर डायरेक्शन. होल वेलोसिटी हैज 2 कंपोनेंट, x कंपोनेंट एज वेल एज y कंपोनेंट. तो x दिया है तो y निकाल सकते हो, y कंपोनेंट दिया है तो x कंपोनेंट निकाल सकते हो. That we'll see laterly. Velocity along x-axis or real axis, it is called potential function. You remember, and velocity along y-axis or imaginary axis, it is called stream function. अगर एग्जाम में आपको कुछ भी दिया है कि भाई सपोज 3x² y माइनस वाई क्यूब, दिस इज योर पोटेंशियल फंक्शन, तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? इसका मतलब हुआ कि दिस इज अवर फाई, रियल पार्ट। अगर यही चीज बोला है कि दिस इज स्ट्रीम फंक्शन, देन दिस इज इमेजिनरी पार्ट, मीन्स इट इज साइन। ठीक है, ओके। सो अप टू हियर, before we start the problem, up to here we discussed analytic function, properties of analytic function, CR equation in polar form, harmonic function, harmonic conjugate function, then complex potential function, stream function, and potential function for the complex potential function. So on the base of this theoretical part, now we'll see some problem, that which type of the problem have been asked.